Well, it's a pleasure to be here tonight, and actually I was wondering why, as you know, I'm a securities regulator, and I was wondering why the Governor General was here. And I kind of figured it out after having a quick chat with him, because his first love is really securities law. And he's actually here to promote the 5th edition of his book on securities regulation, and yes, he has one. And I was actually pleased to be here to see his good friend Frank Iacobucci, who obviously spoke on my behalf tonight, and they're old friends and probably shared lots of stories about securities law and policy in this country. So it's great to see you here today. So I want to thank you, Bill, and congratulations to my fellow honorees. I want to congratulate Alex and to Deborah Gillis for the great work you do every day to support women in business. I look at it this way: you're both leading a legacy. And you're leading a legacy of change in the journey to improve gender diversity. I should say, by the way, that Deborah and I are both from Cape Breton. And I think we're both proud of that. And Cape Breton is a friendly place, a friendly island. And her experiences would be similar to mine. If you ring a wrong number on the island, you'll be on the phone for at least a half hour. So are women beginning to make progress? I was at a CCH, I think you pronounce it that way, conference in Washington a couple of weeks ago, speaking on women on boards. I was really honored to be invited. And Mary Jo White, who is the chair of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, recently recalled, she was a keynote speaker, she recently recalled advice that was given to professional women by Fortune magazine in 1990. Look like a lady, act like a man, work like a dog. Now the formula of success has progressed to something like this: look however you want, act like yourself, and work like a dog. As Mary Jo said, it's hard to shed the last part. So if you do work hard, in all seriousness, fairness would suggest women be given an equal opportunity to serve on the public boards and in senior management. Increasing the representation of women on boards should be an important business goal. And at the OSC, my commission, 50% of our board are women, 7 men and 7 women, and about 61% are senior management. So thank you. Thank you. Now, in doing our work, it's very important for us to be made aware of the academic and professional research. And I believe it has confirmed that board diversity makes for stronger boards, better decision-making, and simply put, is just good governance. So how do we get there? There is no shortage of highly qualified candidates. Leadership is required from both public company boards and, I believe, from the public sector. And I'd like to recognize, and you've seen her here tonight, Ministers Tracy McCharles is here as the Minister for Women's Issues in Ontario, and also Laurel Broughton is here, who was the former minister responsible for women's issues in Ontario. Now, the way that I put it is this: the Ontario Securities Commission was asked by the Government of Ontario to consult on the matter of gender diversity, and we did. Now, Laurel Broughton puts it slightly differently. She called me up one day and said, "Come over and see me." So I did go over and see her. And we talked about some issues, and she said, "What do you think about women on boards? Can you do anything about it?" Of course, I was shocked. I mean, what's a securities regulator going to do about this particular issue? Now, the way Laurel puts it is, I was really shocked. I was very unclear. I was unsure what I was going to do. I put it a completely different way, of course. I was interested. I was challenged by the opportunity. So I took it away and gave it some considerable thought. I hope, Laurel, you remember that's the way it was. But on a serious note, after considerable consultation, we are now taking the following steps. On September 23rd, the Commission approved our final rule on gender diversity, which we are planning to publish next week on October 15th. Thank you. And we have some of our commissioners here tonight and staff who participated in that, and I really appreciate all the hard work that they did. It's a collective effort in the development of this rule. The rule will mandate our comply and explain approach, which Alex mentioned, to women on boards and senior management. It is our hope that the rule will come into force on December 31st, 2014, in time for next year's proxy season. So we have made progress towards gender diversity, but we still have some distance to go. And I want to applaud Catalyst's efforts and the efforts of all of you here this evening to accomplish this goal. Thank you for this recognition. Thank you very much for inviting me here.